Well, folks, the colder air has certainly arrived, and we're watching for ice patches. We're also watching for a little bit of light snow coming back into the area. A little bit of flurry action going on there in Rogers right now. We'll talk more about what to expect the rest of the night coming up.
And right now, we are also closely watching conditions on the roadways. The 4029 Storm Tracker is on the go at this hour. RDOT spent the afternoon salting the roads and preparing for the winter blast.
Plus, we're going to break down new rules dealing with how people who work for the Arkansas Supreme Court can be fired. Let's take a live look in Georgia. That's where President Jimmy Carter is being remembered for his leadership and humanitarian work. Tonight, we're going to tell you how the Carter Center in Atlanta looks to continue and carry on his legacy.
Live, local, late breaking. This is 4029 News at 5 on the Arkansas CW.
Hello on this very busy Sunday. I'm Chip Scarborough.
And I'm Brandon Evans. Welcome to 4029 News at 5 o'clock. Let's take a live look outside right now. We had a wet start to the day, but right now it's really all about the wind and those temperatures falling fast. Let's get a check of the forecast now with 4029 Chief Meteorologist Darby Bybee.
All right, Darby, how are we shaping up for the rest of today and the morning commute tomorrow?
Well, I think we're going to be generally okay, but there could be a few ice patches. We haven't had any issues so far. I've been watching iDrive and I've been watching those roads. Most of them have kind of dried out since the colder air arrived. But a few ice patches, could linger, particularly in northwest Arkansas, but even the River Valley. In the areas where you still got a little bit of road that's water that's frozen on the road. And we will have a little bit of light snow move back into northwest Arkansas. Already starting to come back in now. A little bit of that in the River Valley probably as well. In northwest Arkansas, pretty good chance through the evening hours. Again, very light stuff. Might get a dusting out of it, a half inch in spots, but not going to be a lot. It'll be that dry snow for the most part. And then out of here, certainly as we go into tomorrow morning. In the River Valley, our chances aren't as good, but they're there. A little bit of light snow, some flurries. Probably don't get a dusting in the River Valley, but you might see it, especially in the higher elevations. This big system having a huge impact. It's going to have a big impact from the East Coast all through Indiana, Kansas City, St. Louis. Ton of snow off to our north. That's where the real problems are, folks. The colder air coming in for us, temperatures in the 20s, wind chills already in the teens. And look, there's some of that light snow, mainly in northwest Arkansas, a little bit in the River Valley through the evening hours. Out of here by tomorrow morning. Wake up temperatures in the teens and 20s, feeling like single digits and teens in the morning. All right, very, very cold. And then tomorrow afternoon, just doesn't warm up a whole lot. Still pretty breezy, highs in the 20s to around freezing. Folks getting out and about tonight and tomorrow morning, just kind of use a little bit extra caution if you have to hit the roads. We'll talk more about the rest of that forecast coming up.
See you then, Darby. Right now, we are staying on top of what things are looking like for those of you traveling out there today.
So 4029's Jacob Murphy live in the Storm Tracker. And Jacob, you're driving on I-49. How's it looking out there?
Yeah, that's right, Brandon. We just got on I-49. We're going northbound right now from Fayetteville. Everything's running smooth so far. Just a little light drizzle outside, some little flurries here every once in a while. But as you can see, 49 running like usual. Now, we did see a little bit of the snow flurries around the Bentonville-Rogers area, around Walton and Walnut, at about, I'd say, 3 o'clock this afternoon. But it was there for about a couple minutes, went away, and then just kind of rained the rest of the way. But like I said, all clear out here so far. But as it continues to get colder and this precip continues to fall, we will see if it starts to affect the roads. But for now, Brandon, Chip, back to you guys in the studio.
Jacob, thank you. Stay safe out there. The Arkansas Department of Transportation prepared the roads ahead of any possible winter weather.
So 4029's Valerie Zhang was at the RDOT headquarters as crews were loading up.
This is video from our 4029 Storm Tracker in Benton County. You can see the RDOT truck dropping the salt brine onto the roads. Crews were out in several counties, including Carroll, Boone, Marion, and Baxter, pre-treating those roads. This is footage from around mid-morning, filling up that truck. RDOT spokesperson Dave Parker says they actually weren't able to pre-treat the roads earlier due to the rain. In Benton County, I'm Valerie Zhang, 4029 News.
RDOT spokesperson Dave Parker joins us live right now. And Dave, what's the plan from here on out?
The plan tonight, we have crews already in. They'll be going out doing spot checking on the bridges and overpasses, looking to see if we get any flash freeze. That's kind of our main concern tonight as those temperatures drop. We got a lot of rain earlier, We did get some drying out because of the wind, but we still have some areas of concern. So we'll be out tonight checking those bridges and overpasses. We got a little pre-treating this afternoon done, a little salt brine down because of the dry period. The rain did not wash it away, but we're still going to be out tonight and early tomorrow morning monitoring those trouble spots we see pop up occasionally.
So Dave, if drivers run into any issues late tonight, tomorrow morning, what's your advice to them?
If they run into any issues, just take it easy and slow. If you got to be out tonight or early morning, I know people have to get to work early morning. Just plan accordingly. Maybe allow just a little more time. As I said, we had a lot of precipitation, a lot of rain earlier, and there's still some out there. And tonight, certainly as it gets visibility drops with nighttime, just easy and slow. Be smart about it, and you'll get to where you need to go.
Parker with RDOT, thank you so much, my friend. Well, stay with us here on 4029 News for continuing weather coverage. Download our free 4029 News app for forecast updates. You can also visit 4029tv.com. The Arkansas Supreme Court just established new rules about how the High Court's employees can be fired.
So 4029 Sunrise anchor Phil Reed looks into that ruling.
An administrative order from the High Court says the move comes after new Chief Justice Karen Baker tried to fire a handful of employees. The order describes the attempted firings as retaliatory and that some of these employees have pending HR complaints against Baker. The new rules say the director of the administrative office of the court cannot be fired without the consent of at least 4 members of the Supreme Court, and employees of the court's administrative office can't be fired without the director's approval. The order also reversed Baker's firings. Baker and Justice Courtney Goodson did not participate in the order. In the studio, Phil Reed, 4029 News.
Let's turn to a live look in Atlanta, Georgia. The nation saying goodbye to former President Jimmy Carter. His 6-day funeral procession began in Southwest Georgia yesterday, culminates Thursday in the nation's capital. So each generation has its own connection to America's longest living president. Some people in Atlanta have been signing the book of condolence, others whispering a prayer by the president's flag-draped coffin. Laura Newman worked with Jimmy Carter for 25 years at the Carter Center, and she talked about the outpouring of respect for her friend and mentor.
People all over the world know what he stands for, and that's what we stand for, whether that's about peace building or human rights or conflict resolution, women's rights, eradication, elimination of disease. We will continue that, and we will continue it in his name.
So many of the people who poured their careers into the global mission of the Carter Center, they say they're now committed to continuing his legacy.
Warming centers across our area are opening their doors as temperatures fall.
So just ahead at 5 o'clock tonight, places you can stay if you're in need. We're also going to look at the application window opening for LIHEAP energy assistance.
Then some crucial tips to avoid a headache the next time you get in your car.
And stick around because when we come back, we're going to check traffic. We're also going to revisit just how cold those temps will be the next few days. Stay close.